Taylor Swift stepped onto the rooftop, her presence lighting up the already electric atmosphere. She was more than just a guest. She was Selena Gomez's confidant, someone who had stood by her through public highs and private lows, forming a sisterhood forged in the fires of fame and friendship. The city lights glimmered below, but Taylor's focus was on her best friend, Selena, who was radiant in her sequin jumpsuit and fur jacket, the perfect centerpiece for a 70s disco-themed celebration that seemed to pulse with the heartbeat of their shared memories. Taylor's own look was timeless, a black long-sleeve dress that hugged her frame, her signature red lipstick a bold splash of color against the night. She laughed, weaving through clusters of friends and well-wishers, balancing the role of global superstar with that of loyal companion, always keeping an eye out for Selena and making sure she was at the center of every moment, every dance, every hug. Selena, turning 33, was the star of the night and the heart of her circle, but she never let that status eclipse the people she loved most. Her joy was infectious, her gratitude palpable in every embrace and every word she shared. She pulled Taylor close for photos, their arms entwined, faces pressed together in the kind of candid snapshots that speak of years of trust and inside jokes. Balloons in gold and silver floated around their feet, shimmering in the light of a giant spinning disco ball that cast 1,000 tiny stars across the crowd, each twinkle reflecting the laughter and love that filled the rooftop. It wasn't just the two of them, of course. The party was a constellation of famous faces and closest friends, Sophia Carson among them, her laughter ringing out as she joined the group for photos and stories. Benny Blanco, Selena's fiancé, was never far from her side, his hand finding hers in quiet moments amid the revelry. The chemistry between them was obvious, drawing smiles from everyone who watched them dance together, share a private joke, or exchange a kiss that felt both spontaneous and deeply familiar. There was a warmth between Benny and Taylor, too, respectful, genuine, the easy camaraderie that comes from supporting the same person through different chapters of her life. The night was a celebration not just of Selena's birthday, but of the bonds she had built and the chosen family she had gathered around herself, each person playing a part in the tapestry of her journey. Taylor and Selena's friendship had become legendary, chronicled in songs, interviews, and social media posts that hinted at the depth of their connection. They had met years ago, both at the start of their careers, and had grown together in the spotlight, learning to navigate the pressures of fame while holding onto the things that mattered most. There had been moments of distance, inevitable, given their hectic schedules and the demands of their careers, but they always found their way back to each other, picking up where they left off as if no time had passed at all. Their support for one another was unwavering, whether it was Taylor cheering Selena on from the audience at a concert or Selena sending flowers to Taylor after a major award win. They were each other's sounding boards, secret keepers, and sources of strength, the kind of friendship that grows stronger with every challenge and every triumph. As the music shifted, Taylor led Selena onto the dance floor, spinning her under the disco lights, their laughter ringing out above the beat. They sang along to every word, not caring who watched, lost in the moment and the music. Other friends joined in, forming a circle around them, clapping and cheering as Selena tossed her head back and laughed, her hair catching the light. Benny cut in for a dance with Selena, Taylor stepping aside with a mock bow and a wink, the three of them exchanging playful glances that spoke volumes about their closeness. The rooftop was alive with stories and memories, friends reminiscing about past adventures, making plans for the future, and celebrating the milestones that had brought them all together. In a quieter corner, Taylor and Selena found a moment to themselves, slipping away from the crowd to talk in hushed tones. They talked about everything, their dreams, their fears, the pressures of living in the public eye, and the moments of joy that made it all worthwhile. Taylor squeezed Selena's hand, telling her how proud she was of everything she had accomplished, not just as an artist, but as a person. Selena smiled, her eyes shining, and told Taylor she couldn't have done it without her. They talked about the upcoming wedding, about Benny's proposal, about the excitement and nerves that came with planning such a big event. Selena confessed she was nervous about the guest list, wanting everyone she loved to be there, especially Taylor, but not wanting her friend to feel pressured by her own busy schedule. Taylor promised she wouldn't miss it for the world, and they hugged, the city lights stretching out behind them. The party continued, with friends gathering for group photos, posing in front of a wall of balloons, and taking turns at the karaoke machine. Selena and Taylor duet on a few songs, their voices blending in perfect harmony, the crowd cheering them on. There were toasts, too, friends and family raising their glasses to Selena, sharing stories and memories, and wishing her all the happiness in the world. Taylor's toast was simple but heartfelt, talking about the strength and resilience she had seen in Selena and how honored she felt to be part of her journey. The applause was loud and genuine, and Selena wiped away tears, overcome with gratitude. Selena's Instagram the next morning was filled with snapshots from the night, a carousel of images that captured the energy, the friendships, and the love that had filled every corner of the rooftop. She wrote about her incredible journey, about how the past year had been the most beautiful of her life, and about the people who had made it all possible. She thanked everyone for their unwavering love and kindness, for cheering her on, sharing in her highs and lows, and making the year unforgettable. Her words were honest and raw, a reflection of the gratitude she felt for the people who had lifted her up and stood by her side. Subscribe to join every celebration, every story, every unforgettable night. The birthday bash was more than just a party. It was a preview of what was to come. In just a few months, Selena and Benny would gather their friends and family for their wedding in Montecito, a two-day event that promised to be as star-studded and heartfelt as the birthday celebration had been. The guest list was a who's who of music and Hollywood, with Taylor and Travis Kelce expected to attend, along with Selena's co-stars from Only Murders in the Building and Benny's collaborators from across the industry. Insiders whispered about the careful planning that had gone into the date, with Selena wanting to make sure Taylor could be there, but never making her friend feel pressured. It was another example of the thoughtfulness that defined Selena's relationships, the care she took in making sure everyone felt included and valued. The engagement had been announced quietly in December, after more than a year of dating, but the love between Selena and Benny was clear to everyone who knew them. They moved through the party as a team, supporting each other, sharing jokes and quiet moments, and making sure everyone felt welcome. Their wedding would be a celebration not just of their love, but of the friendships and family ties that had shaped their lives and brought them together. As the night drew to a close, Taylor and Selena lingered on the rooftop, watching the sun begin to rise over the city. They talked about the future, about the projects they were working on, the dreams they still wanted to chase, and the ways they would continue to support each other no matter where life took them. Taylor promised to be there for every milestone, every birthday, every big moment, and Selena promised the same. They hugged, holding on to each other for a long time, neither wanting the night to end. The rooftop was quiet now, the last guests having said their goodbyes, but the memories lingered. In the air, a testament to the power of friendship, love, and celebration. Taylor slipped away, her heart full, knowing she had been part of something special, another chapter in the story she and Selena had been writing together for years. Selena watched her go, feeling grateful, hopeful, and ready for whatever came next. The party had been a success, not just because of the music, the decorations, or the guest list, but because of the love and connection that filled every moment. It was a reminder that even in a world that often felt overwhelming, there was always room for laughter, for joy, and for the kind of friendship that could weather any storm. Selena stepped into her 33rd year, surrounded by love, supported by friends who had become family, and ready to embrace whatever the future held. The night had been a celebration of everything she had accomplished, everything she had survived, and everything she had to look forward to. For Taylor, for Selena, and for everyone who had been there, it was a night to remember, a night that would live on in stories, in photos, and in the hearts of everyone who had been lucky enough to be part of it. Don't miss out. Subscribe now for more stories, more celebrations, and more behind-the-scenes moments from the lives of your favorite stars.